It looks like we have a showdown between Japan and Korea. Alice in Borderlands versus Squid Games. Or you can kind of say Squid Games versus Battle Royale. I mean, this battle has been going on for quite some time. Alright, Chase Lehocky here with the Blue Futon reviewing Alice in Borderlands Season 2. I was so excited when the season came out because I love the first one. I love the game aspect of everything occurring with these characters. So with this one, we have characters coming back from Season 1, and we have the same characters going through the face cards. So that, of course, Alice in Borderlands Season 1 was more about, the 7 of Diamonds, the 3 of Hearts, the 9 of Clubs. Now we're at the King of Spade, which is a madman gunman just shooting people down. Then we have the Queen of Hearts, which is, a croquet game. Or is it more than croquet? And then we have other games where it's more teamwork based and everything like that. So, did I like this series? I thought it was a well-crafted series. However, I think the final episode did the audience dirty in a good way and a bad way as well. So, when we talk about the positives, I think the acting is great, except the main character. Something about the main character a little bit bothers me when going on through the 8 episodes. We'll just talk about that in the negatives. But I think a lot of the characters are acted really well. And when the games are showing, it is freaking amazing. I love the badass Japanese dude with the blonde hair. His just games, every time he plays, I'm engaged. I'm going to say, every time he is on screen, every time he is playing, I'm wide-eyed, not blinking Wednesday style. That good. So whenever I can't play him out because his games are something about lying to people with having something on the back of your head. Like you have 1 hour, there's like 50 people. You got to say, oh, you're a diamond. Go to a room. You say diamond, you win. But if you say spade, your head blows off. And it's a game of cat and mouse. I want to put it that way. Who can you trust? And I don't think that was the Jack of Clubs or Jack of Spades, I think. But that was a fun one. And then he did another one with acid. Freaking brutal and freaking awesome. I mean, it is like, holy shit. So whenever they're playing, awesome. Same with the other characters. Every time they are playing, it is awesome. And that is where it kind of falls. Like I said, we're going to talk about the awesomeness. And that is pretty much the awesomeness. It looks great. There's some good CGI. When the action is on screen, the action is freaking amazing. And whenever they're playing these games, they're doing the cat and mouse, touching buttons on the back of their backs. Like I said, an acid game, truth game, teamwork game of playing this, osmosis game. It's freaking awesome. However, when we go to the negatives, the main character. Something about it, sometimes he just goes into this pity party like, I don't want to live no more. It's like, bro, you have all these characters just dying for you. And you are sacrificing these people. And some of it is weakness. And I don't like it. My mom has the same thing with some of these. Like, that's the same thing I don't like Iron Man 3. Like, Robert Downey Jr. went through this, crisis. Like, dude, stop being a bitch. Stop being a bitch. And that was the same thing with this one. Like, the main character, sometimes he would just be in bitch mode. Like, he'll do something awesome. Then the next episode, he's in bitch mode. Then he'll do something awesome in the next episode. And then the next episode, he's being in bitch mode. I'm like, yo, this dynamic of, changing your bipolarism needs to stop right now. And there's a montage, if you want to put it, with, 5 or 3 games being played at once. And I didn't like that. Because I want to see these games being played out. Like, some of them had to team up, like Anne and the badass Japanese chick with the braids. I don't remember her name. But there's, this weird dodgeball game. I want to see the rules of that game and what was the overall objective. So when we were doing some of the games real quickly, I was a little disappointed because I want to know the rules. I want to know what games they are playing. So that's what I'll say positive about Squid Game versus Alice in Borderland. Squid Game went through each game methodically, and you had to know every single rules. This one, it felt like they rushed a couple of them. So let's go to the final episode. The final episode is 122 minutes, okay? It paced. The pacing was way off for this episode. I understand what they're trying to do, but this is the one where I was very annoyed with the whole bitchiness. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you doing? Like, it's a game. What are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? And so, and it left so many questions. And I know for a fact there is going to be season 3. There's got to be with something that is shown on a table at the very end. Well, that's why I at least hope. If they don't do a season 3, sorry if you hear my dog, he's barking crazy right now. If they don't do a season 3, I'm going to be very disappointed, and season 2 rating will go down in the future because it leaves so many doors open about what happens. Is this real? Is it not real? Was it actually this, or was it actually that? What happens if you want to, quote unquote, leave this world? What happened to the other characters? And it does show it, but like I said, the last scene of this show will either make season 2 better, if I know that season 3 is coming, or season 2 worse. But let's see, actually, if season 3 is coming. Okay, according to the internet, there has been no renewal for season 3. However, the manga that it's based off of goes way deeper into it. So if it does good on Netflix, there is going to be a season 3. So, okay, rating will stay where I was thinking was going to be. But overall, Alice in Borderland season 2, I love when they're playing the games. I love some of the characters. I mean, when I say episode 7, I was in what the fuck mode. I was in what the fuck mode. And I think that's what made me more angry with episode 8 of what he was doing, because he saw what happened in episode 7, but you're going to act like that? I was very fucking annoyed, but oh my god. There was some, like, I was doing this through episode 7. I was like, oh my god. That was my reaction to that. But like I said, the negative was the last episode, the pacing, and the main character just bitching sometimes, like, yo, you know what the fuck you gotta do. Just do what you need to do. And then I just wish they actually showed all the games. But like I said, every time when that badass blonde-haired Japanese dude was on screen, I was freaking hooked. Alice in Borderland Season 2 will receive a 4 out of 5 with Futons, which equals at 80%. We'll see the critics and user scores gave this one. Entry, actually, Season 1 has a worse with the critics. But anyway, 89 with both audience and critics, 9 critics, 371 audience, no critic consensus. I mean, I can't really deny an 89%. I do enjoy it. It could be that high. Like I said, those nitpicks of the last episode and me wanting to see all the games getting fleshed out. Like, make this one 10 episodes. I want to see the dynamic of Anne and that one braided Japanese girl. I want to see more dynamics, and those were kind of pushed to the background. And I think if those were in the foreground for at least one episode, it would have been a 90% in my opinion. 89s or 80. Chisak with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know things Bhutan-topia, you Blue Futonians. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. And do you think you could survive these games? I mean, I would like to try. I mean, I wouldn't want to die. So, yeah, I would try to survive with all my might.